Tommy, an emotional week in a weird way, or I don't want to say relieving week, but one that you've obviously known about?
Yeah, look, I think I had a discussion with Steve back end of last season, so I've been mulling it over a bit, and it was time, mate. So it wasn't emotional, not particularly. Like excited for the next two guys, Hanro and Ellis, great guys to take it on. I'll be obviously helping as much as I can from the background, playing a different role in the team now, but one which excites me. So no, not emotional, mate. It's been a great week. To be fair, we had a great week in Jersey. We've, facilities have been great, really well looked after, and really made some strides, which has been great.
Do you remember not being captain of Leicester Tigers?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah. I do, of course I do. And it was never anything I thought coming into Leicester that I'd end up being captain, and and you get given the honour of doing it, and took it, and I've obviously done it over a number of years now. It's had its highs, had its lows, but above all else, I've loved every minute of it, and something I will treasure with myself forever.
We attempted to ask Steve if you could do 2 more, so you could get to 100.
Mate, one day, you know me, mate. You told me what figures I'm on. I don't have a clue what I'm on and stuff like that. So no, not at all. Time was right for me to sort of step aside from it, and also I think the time's right for Ellis and Hanro to take it on. I think you've got young guys in the group. I'm an older guy now, and there is a from a 34-year-old down to a 21-year-old, it's a big difference of where you are in life and all sorts of different things. And I now play a different role where I can have a little word in the ears here and there and help those guys along in a different way. But Ellis is very good at bringing them all together, and he's from that sort of generation in some regards, so that makes it a little bit easier for him.
What changes for you? Have you, I guess in the last 5-6 days at training, have you had to bite your tongue maybe when you felt there was something to say, or? No,
not really, mate. I think Ellis has led well. I spoke a bit today. I suppose in some, it's just those little chats you can have in people's ears and stuff like that, which is quite nice. And I think sometimes people find a captain daunting to go and speak to, and then suddenly you lose the title, they might open up a bit more to you a little bit, and it's all those things which I'll obviously be able to answer later on down the line, but it's nice that way as well. I'm hoping you can have a little bit more of a conversation and open up. Some boys might open up a little bit more at times, but no, mate, I haven't had to bite my tongue. I still just do my same things. I'm never a massive speaker anyway, to be fair. If I didn't think something was right, I'd say it, and I'll still say it now. There's some great leaders in this squad, and plenty of guys who take the reins and talk about things. And there's no point in me talking about attack. You've got George Ford and Brother and Wiggy and other people to talk about that, which are far better and clued up it than I am.
Why will Ellis Genge be a good captain?
Good people's person, passionate, plays with his heart on his sleeve. Tend to think that people like that, people will follow. So I'm excited for Ellis. I think it's a great time, great age for him to sort of take it on, and I think he will mature into the role. He'll find it tough at times, and hopefully I'll be able to lend him a ear or two to have a conversation with. But there's plenty of guys round to pick the reins up and help him along. I think captaincy is moved on a lot in its time, and there's plenty of leaders behind him who will help share the load.
I hope you don't mind. You had a rough period as captain. Yeah. That's the way people have described it, even the last 12 hours, 24 hours. Is that how you see it? Was it rough? Now, admittedly, you had your own personal stuff, and I'll touch on that in a second. But do you see the period that you had as Leicester Tigers captain on the pitch in training as rough? Is that fair?
It was tough, mate. There's 5 head coaches, and you're trying to keep a squad together. Every time a head coach comes in, he wants to change the squad. It was very difficult at times. But again, something which I've learnt so much over the years for doing it. Have I got everything right? No, not at all. But I'll tell you what, I've learned from the mistakes and made sure I haven't made them twice. So, it has been very challenging. But I love the club, and I'll do anything to help it through. And if it meant I had to stick in there on days, and I was sticking in there and trying to nurse it through as best I can.
No one would have faulted you if you'd thrown in the towel as a player, let alone captain, 3-4 years ago. Why didn't you?
It's not in my nature, I suppose.
Is there a sense that Tiff probably wouldn't have let you either?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think no, there is a sense of that as well. It's just not in my nature to do that. I think that's why it got to the point with speaking to Steve about it. I was like, it's just time. It's time to move on. But it's not my nature to throw the towel in at all, and just saw it as a huge challenge if I can stick with it. And with other things going on in the club, and I think the club not needed me, but they needed a sort of leader in there who'd been there a while as well. It wasn't a lot of changes going on, all that, and it was right for me to stick in there and just keep going at it.
I think we had this conversation the other day. I think it's important that people realise you're not retiring right now.
Yeah.
You're not gone.
No.
Still here.
Yeah.
So talk to me then, and it's a bit weird for me even because I've not known you as a player, if you will.
Yeah.
Talk to me now about how you feel this season's shaping up.
Good, mate. Very good. Like Kev's come in as well. And he's a great bloke, and like anything, we just want to keep getting better. What I love about this squad, it's striving to get better every day, and it's getting this really competitive nature in it. It could be the smallest little games we play in training, but once you're in Redbeard versus whatever it is, a competitive nature comes out, and you can see people challenge each other. Staff races. But no, it's been fantastic, and what I love about this squad now, and that's what excites me. When Steve was saying we're nowhere finished the article, but we're going to just keep going and getting better and better. People ask, "What's the ambition for the season?" Well, it's just to keep getting better. And with getting better, hopefully comes more wins. But we'll see. We may go through some tough times in the next season. How do we react to those tough times? How do we get through them? As we alluded to earlier, I've had some tough times. Easy's winning really in some regards. When you're down the bottom, it's real tough to keep going at it, and there'll be plenty of challenges on the way. But I think this squad's in a real good spot. Having had a year under Steve now, and obviously and having a full pre-season, bit of change up in the coaching, and it's been great. And as I said, alluded to him at the beginning, we had a great time in Jersey. Great time.
You talked about those young guys playing a part in your own decision, because you probably see them coming and think, there you go, they're on their way up. Where are they at 12 months on, those guys?
Huge strides, isn't it? I think, and hopefully that will continue. Again, those guys will have bumps and bruises on the way. As everyone's career hasn't been smooth. And they'll have it, and hopefully I can help them, because I've probably experienced most of them, and help them through those tough times, and form or things at home, whatever it is. But I'd still like to be able to sort of help them with that.
Couple of pre-season games, then crack into the new season. How excited are you for that?
Mate, like anything, like pre-season, I don't know, 17th pre-season, whatever it is, like. Yeah, I'm very old. I feel it. But no, pre-season, like anything, like you do the hard work at the beginning, and then slowly the games come, and you start to get, you're doing the grind, and the grind is right. You've got to get your grind in, and you've got to get the hard work in, and the games start to come in, and you then know the season's just around the corner, and you then get that sort of excitement going. So yeah, very excited for the season. And the warm-up games, and get back out there, and ultimately, let's have some crowds back as well, which would be even better. It will be, and it's something which we really missed last year, and we had some occasions where we did have a few crowds. I thought it made all the games which were on our games, ones I watched on BT Sport, made them so much better.